Here covering a match hakha3 versus wharf. And it just started. This is the first turn of the first game. So, you haven't missed too much. Hopefully my audio is on. Oh, good. I have my audio set to where it was on. Excellent. Not a huge fan of opening humble, but if you're going to do it, you'll want to do it with the hovel. Haka could counter by opening crumble, crushing hovel. Again, don't think I'm a huge fan. I really think what I want to do is get upgrade so I can thin some coppers out and start getting up a plan to activate lamps. Swashbuckler and mining village look good, and then maybe some stuff with dismantle forager. So I don't know. Open probably silver forager as a compromise to try to hit. You'd like probably if you have since foragers here, you probably want like an upgrade. I'm just spitballing. I haven't really thought this through, but the backbone of your deck is going to be mining village, swashbuckler, and I do actually think you probably want to maneuver yourself to take the chest if you can, mostly so that you can have dismantle stuff going on. And they've both gone for trashing their hovel like this, and I am not convinced. I think I'd trash the necropolis here. You kind of like having a village, but what are you going to do? You can maybe do some grave robber mining village shenanigans at some moment, but I'd want to slam an upgrade here. Um, yup. Yeah, it's one card too few still. I don't think I would have taken dismantle there. I think I would have taken a mining village. Um, and I'd almost certainly take one here. So there's some argument at some point to be made for acting troops so that you can have stuff going on. Now, Haka has quite a bit of money, but not so great deck control. Not sure here between Forager or Mining Village, but I'm pretty sure you want one of them. He needs to start getting more thinning and more draw, particularly the draw stuff set up. Yeah, Mining Village makes a good amount of sense. And now, I don't think this card probably makes sense. I think I'd just trash a copper here and buy a forager. But I wasn't tracking the rest of what he had, so maybe this is fine. You get the upgrade. Who gets for Swashbuckler instead? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, now I don't know whether you go for probably another mining village. Yeah, the upgrade already. Actually, Haka seems to be in much better shape to me. I think you'd take a mining village there. Given the way that your draw has set up, you know that this is your hand here. You're gonna probably play this village, and you want to have a village in your shuffle. I like that a good bit more than what he did. I think. Um, Upgrade and dismantle and potentially secret cave. I'll help you make your swashbucklers better if that's important, which it probably isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be. This is not activation because you can't. Yeah. See, but this is why I wanted the mining village last turn from Hakha. Is in that case you would have a much better chance of being able to play Swashbuckler and still having cards to actions to play more actions after. Um, he should take some kind of village here, I really think. Acting troop would be okay. You could get another 3 with it, or you could just take a mining village. But I would go for one or the other of those. Wow, this seems very over terminal to me. This is pretty bad for Wharf Rat. Um, yeah, this dismantle looks quite poor. You're gonna want to buy a Swashbuckler here. I don't like that. I don't like trashing that silver at all. I think it would have either been between trashing copper or just buying Swashbuckler plus something. I'm not sure what the something is. But okay. Um, it's not the worst thing ever. Just trash the copper. Just trash copper. It's not. I don't know. Definitely need a village here. Yeah. So this Swashbuckler next. Forage copper. Don't play anything. Don't play the Swashbuckler because you want to activate your lamp. Yup. Okay. And Hakha is in business. Um, 2 mining villages would be okay. A Swashbuckler and an acting troop would be okay. Yeah, there's several good options here. Game is pretty close. Now I have to think the only thing you could really be thinking about is dismantle, which I don't super believe in. Okay, he goes for it. Okay, so Wharf Rat's still not getting this lamp to pop off. I assume this gold is getting dismantled. No, the estate. Really? Interesting. Needs another Swashbuckler, I think. Yeah. This is pretty bad. Although I'm not a big fan of the dismantle play, largely for this reason. Unless I'm miscounting and he didn't have sufficient. Whatever. Here I'd seriously consider discarding, yeah, to be able to do that. Wish for a mining village. Swash again. Mining village. Mining village again. Okay. Probably just wish for another Swashbuckler here. Yup. Okay. Now, what is this last card? Okay. See, you can dismantle a silver, play a forager, wish for something to draw, and draw. Probably foraging the copper no matter what. Yeah. You could wish for a gold so that you could dismantle it. seems somewhat reasonable as well. What do you want? I'm not sure. Grave Robber seems reasonable. I wouldn't mind getting an acting troupe just so that, if I start with swashbucklers and no villages, it's still okay. He agrees and goes for a develop is interesting. I don't know if I'm quite sold about that. I don't really like that dismantle either. I don't really. I'm not in love with this develop here. What are you developing? Fives into. You're developing fours into. Hmm. You could develop a five into a gold in a mining village. It's not the best, but it's okay, I suppose. There's the chest. That's very good. Upgrade, upgrade. Now, those silvers in a mining village is okay. Yeah, having the chest is quite good because it gives you more fuel for your dismantles. Although, so you want castles, I guess, is the other thing to think about, right? So you take small castle here and an acting troupe, and oh no, you've done this in the wrong order. You needed to play your acting troupe first. That'll be an undo. Wow, took another develop. I think you should have taken another acting troupe there and the small castle. Yeah, this doesn't convince me. And I thought that the plan was to then small castle and do that business. What is this gaining? Ugh, a mining village. Okay. Again, what is the point of this develop? Even the first one I wasn't huge about. I really don't like the second one. Swashbuckler? Yeah, but just buy a province. This pile and this pile can both run out very quickly. I guess there isn't a third pile that goes too fast, but I don't know. Between the dismantles and the develops, it could be kind of fast. Yeah, grave rubber's probably fine. Is this... Wow, still hasn't been activation. Now it's activation. Warfrat probably should just like start chewing provinces, right? That is a lot of gold, my man. But you probably can double province like every turn. Doesn't have that much draw, I guess. There's some risk of the swashbucklers running out from underneath him. I think I'd just play swashbuckler at this point. You don't really need that many more coffers. What? I'm confused. That seemed like a really weird time to resign. I mean, this deck is better, but there's no, like, clear plan. He only has two buys. Is there some way to do grave robber stuff? I don't know. It's not at all obvious to me. I'm very. It's such a weird time to resign. Maybe I'm missing something. Please tell me in a comment if I'm missing something. Or what I'm missing, because I probably am missing something. 2-5 looks pretty good. Raise counterfeit. 4-3 probably also fine. Remake and guess it doesn't really matter. They're both going to do this. I guess you could go for remake instead of counterfeit, but I'm pretty sure I like the counterfeit more here. This is a bit of an unfortunate draw from Hakha. It's a bit tricky to draw here. I mean, you can draw with diplomats, and the only way to activate them is raises or like tournament getting blocked or prizes or whatever. This is an interesting moment. Takes a second tournament, which makes some sense. Probably don't play with Horn of Plenty here. Activate this. Yeah, this one makes sense. Might have activated both. I don't know. I mean, I could see Diplomat over Tournament, but it's just hard enough to activate it. I don't know. Because you have to raise a copper to activate it, right? Or raise something and react to Market Square. Or have a tournament get blocked. Uh, Trying to remember which one has the counterfeit. Hakha has the counterfeit. Okay, I was gonna say if there wasn't a counterfeit, I'd go for counterfeit. Maybe I still would. I don't. I have not been keeping the closest track of their decks. They're playing pretty fast. Um, yeah. Uh, I think they're pretty close to running out of coppers. I don't think it's very easy to. I don't think it's very easy to. Yeah, I not on the diplomat love here. I mean, having said that, I don't want too many tournaments either. Honestly, I would not mind more counterfeits. Don't you raise the raise first? You can always raise copper later. So you're gonna just buy a counterfeit here. Here's a province. Now you can raise the remake. Keep the market square in hand. Wharf rat looks to be ahead. I think. I don't think you can get enough draw for this Horn of Plenty business. Just buy a province now and gain something with your horn. You could raise a raise if you want to do that. Sure, you can counterfeit either of them, really. You could counterfeit the horn if you want to. But I'm not a big fan of the diplomat plan here because I don't think you want to have that many raises, and it's kind of hard to reliably, particularly to activate like multiple diplomats is very hard. And so if you're drawing one extra card, it's not that big a deal. I mean, I don't hate getting one at some point, I guess, but um, I wouldn't. I wouldn't just want tons. Gains another tournament. Raise the remake. Takes a province. Boom. Takes Steed and tries to get another prize. Yep, doesn't get to. We play this tournament anyway. I think if it draws province, then you might not get to block hakas, so that's the reason to not. I would just buy province here. I don't like diplomat at this point. I mean, trusty steed helps, but and I guess discarding the tournament helps, right? Yeah, yeah, it's probably fine now, right? Because you have the tournaments, you can do this business. Probably don't react to the market square. It's kind of close though. Basically take the gold. And blocked. And now it looks real good for Wharf Rat. I think this should probably be a diplomat. And the question is what to do with your 3. And followers? I think I like followers. But I could be princess. Yeah, it really could be princess. I think I like followers though. Again, I think I'd be trying to double prize this turn. And I think it should be possible. I think you could get both. Because you play diplomat next and then you play followers. You can raise a gold if you need to. You can actually play this diplomat too. Play followers. Yeah, now if you raise a gold, well, I guess you need to steed to draw the You got to do both, huh? So you might as well just steed cards actions. What is this last card other than the tournament that's down there? I think it's another market square, I guess. But you steed for cards actions, you raise a gold, probably. Maybe you play the market square first. Yeah, you probably play the market square first so that if you draw the province, you can just get the princess right away, and if you draw the estate, you can raise the estate instead. That seems better. Yeah, so you play market square now, and now, yeah, tournament. Now you get princess, and Bob's your uncle. Province counterfeit raise or something like that. Whoa! I don't. Do you want to go Horn of Plenty? I mean, I guess it works fine. I just don't think that it's really helpful or efficient, particularly with the diplomat plan. I maybe it's good. I guess. I think you'd still want to counterfeit. I don't know. Womp womp. Yeah, this is why I don't like getting too many diplomats and stuff. I also don't like the Horn plan. I don't know. I mean, now that there's a followers from Wharf, I like diplomats for Hakha a lot more. Nah, I don't think you go that far. I mean, maybe. Okay. So, still would want to counterfeit if I'm Wharf. Also would want not Horns of Plenty. Gosh, I don't like that. I think that is bad, yeah? Wonder, you have to take a prize, huh? If you discard the province. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta take. I don't know. I still don't like the Horns of Plenty here. Do like another counterfeit. You could think about trying to run piles. Hakha needs something good to happen. So I could easily see Market Square Diplomat. Just say let's lower piles. Yeah, I mean the counterfeit I definitely wanted a long time for him. Um Bag of gold? Diadem. Okay. Diplomat next. No! Diplomat! Diplomat! Eh, probably not mattering, but raise a gold. Oh, raising a raise. It's a princess, raise a gold. Raises a raise again. Do you want to raise a gold? I don't. That was poor ordering, but whatever. Um. Well, no, not whatever. That's money. I mean, okay, there's plenty of money. This is 1, 2, 3. That is province. Province, province. Yeah. I mean, now it's not going to matter. Now it's very over. I guess Hakha is trying to track Warfrat's deck, which isn't really possible because you don't know what he had that hand that he dudded. But it's likely enough for there to be a diplomat that this might just be good. So, whatever. The problem is, even if it is good, so what? It's not like you have a realistic chance to come back and win the game. You might as well slam province. And just buy province. Yep. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about the diplomat because it's not totally reliable, but it's between tournaments getting blocked and tournaments discarding your own provinces and some variation of raise things going on. You're reasonably likely to be able to activate, but I do still think that it's quite possible to get too many or too soon. Particularly too soon because you need it to line up with a raise and a copper or a market square, which is like somewhat plausible but not assured. And like the alternative of getting a tournament is quite good, so I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. And we see some motion. Okay. This board, well, you're going to be real happy to be able to trash your overgrown estate on turn one. Um, Yeah, Pixie's fine because you have your raise is not so good here with the goat and shelters, so I think I like not getting it. And then I don't know, I'd probably take a tournament now with 4. Um, yeah, this is also interesting. I'm not a big fan of armory in general or in this position. Um, Forager is also like something I would think about on 3, but I think I'd trash Hovel here rather than Overgrown Estate. You don't really want to draw the Armory dead. You don't really want to trigger a shuffle when you have your goat in hand, so yeah. And now it's mostly Pixie versus Forager, I think, and yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Um, okay, that was a Band of Misfits, which is the best 5 for sure. So yeah, I don't think piles are likely to run out in any meaningful capacity, so that's fine. At some point, I would think about taking a silver. You want to be able to hit province, and Pixie is a bit hit and miss. Uh, yeah, I would think about gold here. Probably. Oh, he hadn't trashed yet? Then never mind. Yeah, I'm just taking another Band of Misfits. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess the thing that is most likely to run out is Pixies. Not sure. Not sure what you want Mining Village for. So Wharf Rat could do it now to spike a province, probably. This one should just be as tournament. As tournament. Real tournament. Wow, didn't find the goat. That's mildly unfortunate. You might take that. Let's see. Necropolis, Armory. That's interesting. Earths? Earth is normally good, but you want a province this turn, don't you? Tournament. Play it as a tournament. And this province is. I don't think that doing the mining village thing was necessary there. This indicates to me that he doesn't want a tournament in his deck. He'd rather have nothing than a tournament, which is, I guess, possible, but a little bit weird. Well, you play it as Pixie, right? I guess you could play it as Forager. Yeah, this way you guarantee this. I think Followers is the best. Yeah, the discard attack is pretty good here. And what's next best is probably Princess. Mm, that's pretty decent, but I don't know. Go trash a copper and buy another Band of Misfits. What? Isn't Band of Misfits almost strictly better than Dismantle? I mean, unless the Band of Misfits run out as some weird kind of a pile ending thing, or I guess for Fairgrounds. Okay, those are two. Fairgrounds seems much more plausible to me, but man, I don't believe in either one of those reasons. Tournament. Play another tournament. Play another tournament. I guess it's not strictly simple because you might want to Necropolis Armory and then tournament into whatever you're armorying for, but I think I'd rather just like play the tournament here. Let's see what I get. That way you can seed your next hand with a thing. Dun, dun, dun. Um, I mean, hey, I like to use wisps with cost reduction. Seems like, I don't know, it's like a slightly sarcastic comment, but it does seem good. What are you doing here? You're getting a bag of gold? I think you're getting a bag of gold. Bag of gold, 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 bag of gold. Bag of gold, bag of gold, bag of gold. Okay, not a bag of gold. forager? Ooh, you want the bag of gold. Okay. You're gonna buy some stuff, at least one pixie. Just two. Okay. Um, what do you lead on here? Pixie? Interesting. You, I mean, fairgrounds are probably going to be worth 6 for each of them here. It's technically possible that you can get up to 8, but pretty hard, especially considering nobody's touched raises, develops, foragers, or duchies, or the fairgrounds themselves, um, or silvers, or yeah, lots of things. I would just buy a province. Province is significantly better than fairgrounds if they're both worth 6, obviously disregarding cost, but um, the tournament thing is real, blocking them mostly because the prizes are gone, and well, duchies may well be good at some point. Um, well, yeah. Anyway, you're gonna play the bag of gold. You're gonna play the dismantle on the curse. I think you're gonna play the dismantle on the curse. Guess you don't have to. Didn't play the bag of gold? That's very surprising to me. Why do you gain the bag of gold if you don't want to play it in a situation like that? Well, you're going to keep Steed. I guess he wants to keep Province, which is reasonable, but that's a pretty high cost to bear. I would really like golds in my decks. Okay. So now, Hakha, yes? You only need 2 prizes. I mean, I think that's actually a pretty abusable situation. Yeah, of course it could have been 10. Right? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes. Like you have to gain all these cards. You have to get all of the prizes. You have to have a fairgrounds. You have to keep your shelters and like have the points matter. I just if you're getting all of those prizes, like how are the I don't it's never gonna matter. 8, like maybe there's a world, but 10 no. 6, yes, definitely 6 can come up. Um, and I think 6 is actually like somewhat reasonably likely too. Yeah, I also counted 26, but um, you have to worry a bit about pileouts at some point because the estates and the curses largely can run. Um, print mining villages. Prince arrays, interesting. Well, that makes some sense. I think I would have played tournament there rather than the band of misfits. It is 27. What do you know? Um, I can't count. That's what you know. But I would have liked to have played tournament earlier in the turn for Hakha, like before the um, Band of Misfits, to know whether it's going to get through or not, and then you can play later Band of Misfits as tournaments rather than mining villages. Like the last two, they would have just been better to be played as tournament rather than mining village. He's just left 2 to 3 money on the table here. Um, Bag of gold seems good here to me. But anyway, I digress. Sea's gifts might be worth it here. Doesn't want it. Okay. You're going to take rivers? I wouldn't think you'd take rivers if you didn't take seas. And he's not going to play this wisp because he doesn't want these pixies to miss the shuffle. Okay. I mean, he's going for a fairgrounds play, but like estates, band of misfits, to some extent curses, are all runnable piles here. Again, I would lead on playing one as tournament to see if it's going to go through. Playing Band of Misfits as tournament, if you're not going to use the action, is just, and you know it's not going to get blocked, it's just better than playing it as Mining Village. Even if you draw your diadem, okay, once you draw your diadem, then you like might as well play it as the Mining Village because now maybe it's going to, maybe I use the action, maybe I don't, and I don't know. Yes, it looks like Followers is largely just going to win this game. Having said that, there were other paths you could have taken, and it's not quite over yet. No, I don't want Wind's Gift. Not good enough. Think I'd play tournament here and just take a duchy. Be happy to buy another province. Pixie, Suns, nope, not good enough. If you go Armory and Raise here. Wow, thinks Suns is good enough. Blimey. Discard the estate and keep the rest. I think you can even play this armory and still have enough to buy province, right? Yeah. It's gonna be pretty tough now for wharf rat. Flame's gift no good here. Gonna cards actions the steed. Gonna pixie. More wisps. I'm not sure if that's worth it or not. Earths. Yeah, this is the reason you might want to play princess before pixie. Silver is good. Raises are better than nothing. But it's pretty hard. Doesn't get more raises. Pretty sure they're better than nothing. Guess they're not strictly. If you have a princess in play because you want to activate your wisps, and then you draw the raise and you would like to raise it to itself, then yeah, I don't know. This is a province. Yeah, okay. This looks pretty cleaned up now. Band of Misfits as village here, right? Dismantle the tournament. Buy a fairgrounds. Take a develop. Yeah, okay. And that was a 8-point? Is that 8-point fairgrounds? Let's see. I think he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I want to say I'm counting 19 uniques. So maybe it was, yeah, it was only 6. It was definitely only 6. But he has a chance to get to 20. The problem is actually getting enough fairgrounds more than anything else. Well, you keep bag of gold, gold, and one of your cantrips here after you get followers. You want to be able to buy fairgrounds this turn. You need to be buying them very reliably at this point. We're going to assume he's going to get, well, he's going to at least work hard to be able to get a duchy before the game is over. I guess you keep drawing, why not? Pixie, this is good. Oh, this must be like his last pixie, or he would have taken it. He's still short? It wasn't his last pixie? Yeah, you definitely trashed there then. I really think. What is he missing still? From 8? He's missing estate? And one of the 4 costs maybe at this point. Skies is not good enough. You need to trash this mining village. Unless it's your last one, but I think you need to trash it kind of either way. Got this curse, buy a fairgrounds. This is coming down to it. I don't... Oh, he doesn't have the armory. Hakha has the armory. That's maybe what I'm missing. I'm gonna play... Gonna go followers now. This is somehow close. You gotta play followers. I guess you could. I guess Armory for tournament is probably pretty good. But if you're gonna do that, you could just play the Band of Misfits as a tournament, which is just better. No, it's not, because you go into discard attack first. Well, I'm missing something. Oh, it's Armory for Mining Village. Band of Misfits Armory for Mining Village. He didn't take it, and buy a state. He gets it back. Is he going to find it this time? Okay, he does it this way instead, but sure. And that was 17 only for wharf. He had a mining village still. Didn't have any tournaments left. Didn't have any estates, which I thought. What am I? And didn't have the armory. Miscounting something somewhere. I don't know. Oh, how I hate catapult. Yeah, it's to the point where it's actually affecting my ability. It's impairing my ability to figure out what to do here. Uh, Gosh, there's a lot going on. You have improve. You have tournament. You have upgrade. Bonfire. Triumph. It's going to be big. Horn of Plenty. I'll Triumph and or Horn of Plenty, but the tools to be able to gain a ton of cards on a turn. But Horn of Plenty is the tools to, end the game if you get a big enough stack of them. So, well, you're going to go for at least some of them, and then it's just a question of whether you're ending the game on piles or, yeah, I don't know. Catapult attack, how good is it? 3 card hands. Maybe it's not so great here. Oh, upgrade 5/2. I think you keep in a state. And I guess if you're keeping in a state, it really doesn't matter what else you're keeping. Actually, if you're keeping, it really doesn't matter what you're keeping at all, as long as you keep the upgrade and a state to be able to trash it. You're not going to buy anything this turn. Gets a catapult. Not in love with armory here. I feel like your terminal space could be better used on improve or werewolves. I mean, maybe at some point you do it because bonfire and catapult don't mix the best. I wouldn't want to be bonfiring too much, I don't think. Or if you are bonfiring a lot, then why did you get catapult? Maybe you shouldn't have got catapult. I don't know. Um, Discard everything except for tournament and catapult. You've got a 1/3 chance of drawing another estate, which would be a bit sad, but not the worst thing ever. Um, does he have another cantrip in there? I think he has both the tournaments, right? So he might be able to pull off finding. Oh, he goes for this play instead. I don't like this play as much. One of everything strats. Okay. This is an upgrade. Honestly, he could have thought about playing the tournament. He had a decent chance of drawing a copper, I think, which would get him province, which if he could get province here, I think you take because you have 3 tournaments. And getting prizes is real good. I don't know. Wharf seems way ahead. No, you got to do that anyway, right? I don't. What? Shouldn't you? But oh, right. That yeah, okay. Um, he's gonna get lamp pop pretty soon, and he just wants to be in good position from there. You just got to keep the cave, I think, is the big thing. You don't have to, but you want to keep the cave. And I don't think you want to keep the upgrade. Question mark? Yeah, I don't think so. The only thing you really want to upgrade. Yeah, this is fine. But I think you're just discarding with the cave here. I guess you could play the catapult, but yeah, maybe that would have been better. That's a lot of tournaments for Hakha. He's very vulnerable to Wharf getting a province, which he can do this turn while popping the lamp. I think. Yeah. And I think, yeah. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Now, got a hunting party here. Get a tournament here, or just another hunting party? Definitely you're going to take Steed, cards actions, secret cave next. Oh, is he going to go for a hunting party here? Yeah. Cave. Princess? Or bag of gold would be funny. I think you want to triumph this turn. You've gained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards already. So you could like, double triumphed there. I know it doesn't take good advantage of the princess, but it would have been quite a lot of points. I don't know. You still have big triumph opportunities later. The game seems pretty over, actually. Um, you're always taking steed for actions, and I think basically always for cards as well. Oh, I guess you could take it for silvers. That'd be interesting for a big triumph turn. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. I think that's what you're playing for, right? You have everything you've ever wanted. You take, yeah, followers. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's debatable. That's debatable. Burb. Um, yeah, I think these games kind of exemplified why people don't like tournament. At least why the people who don't like tournament don't like tournament. Don't like tournament. Don't like tournament. Do 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 do. Oh, another catapult game, you say? Lovely. Of course, there's also Remake and Hermit and Plan here, so you might consider maybe potentially, possibly not playing with catapult. Oh, discard attack's still good. But you want to build up to where you're drawing with Ironmongers and Catacombs and doing some payload with Horn of Plenty. So Marauder probably too slow. I guess maybe you get one at some point. What are your uniques coming from? Ironmonger, copper, silver, gold, Catacombs, Horn at 6, Necropolis 7. Yeah, I don't know, something. You might take Ironmonger at points here over Band of Misfits because I could easily see the Ironmongers running out. Ironmonger opening seems a bit weird to me though. Like, don't you want a remake? I would think you want a remake. I don't know, that's just me. Remake Hermit or something would probably be my opening. On 3-4, maybe in some situations I could see Plan remake. And remake. Yeah, so Hakha goes for my preferred option, and wharf rat goes for nothing that can trash copper. Yep, and plan on Ironmonger makes a lot of sense. You may want to keep the Necropolis around, though. And given that you're going to have a hard time hitting 4 with, well, you're not going to have that hard of a time hitting 4 and being able to trash something. It's just that I think you want the Necropolis. I think. So they both have their things on Ironmonger. I missed the catapult. When did the catapult get gained? Warfrak got it on turn 3. Okay. Keeps the Necro. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yup. And by probably a... Yeah, another silver. Could have been a catapult, I guess. Changelings will come into play at some point, although they work badly with Ironmonger. They work badly with Ironmonger here. A little bit interesting that Warfrat went for this as opposed to playing the Hermit. So it's not immediately obvious, although I guess I don't know what the last card is there. It may have some bearing on what you want to do. I think he should buy a silver here. He doesn't have one yet, and you want one. Both because in the short term you'd like to hit 5 for Catacombs or 4 for Ironmonger while being able to trash something decent. Like a copper, potentially. And yes, this is going to be just, madman. Yep, and then this hermit is going to trash this overgrown estate, I would think. Yes, indeed. Now we just have to see after this. I assume it's going to be a copper gets trashed here. There's a couple of decisions. One, I think Hakha should pitch the madman and punt it for a later, better opportunity. Two, wow, just straight after, bam, getting rid of the silver. Makes some sense. Let's see if this is Ironmonger trashing a copper. Okay. Catacombs was also possible, but possibly a little bit premature. And a similar decision here from Hakha. This madman's going to be sad again. But Hakha probably gets another one here, raising a copper and then hermit, and trash a curse and gain another hermit and a madman. Warfret probably should also effectively, quote unquote, buy a madman here, as opposed to getting 2 3s. Ah, this is an interesting thing to keep, I guess. Warfret seems pretty well ahead. This should be a catacombs now, I think. Possible he's eyeing another ironmonger buy, but I'd prefer to get catacombs at this point. Horn of Plenty even. Makes some sense given that he has the Madman, I guess. Discard it, right? Trying to think if there's any reason not to. I can't see his hand very well. I think it's just a bunch of coppers, a madman, a hermit, or a madman, a remake, and a raise. And in that case, the only option now is you can remake a copper and the madman, or a copper and the silver, or I guess the raise and the silver, or this, I guess, and then plop this madman again, or not. I believe the last card was a. Oh no, he doesn't have a catapult. There's a catacombs. Hakha's going to have 3 card hands pretty reliably at this point, which I think is probably going to be pretty dooming. And Wharf Rat probably gets another horn and a catacombs here, trashing a copper probably. Oh, interesting. Gaining a hermit seems to me to imply that he's not going to buy anything, but I don't think I like that. Obviously can gain something with a horn, which is fine, but I guess he could still buy something. Oh, that's a little bit odd. Yeah, this is not really where you want to pop, but it might be that you have to anyway. Yeah, it's a great place to be able to discard. You can hermit trash. Obviously, the other option is just to remake the hermit, but this does not convince me. Trash 1 copper here. Buy a 3 cost. Hermit gain a hermit, so it's probably not buying anything. I guess he could move the plan if he thinks that it'd be better suited somewhere else. Piles are getting kind of low, but horns aren't in their decks enough to make a pile out threat particularly soon. It's going to take a couple more turns of gaining horns, and then the horns will probably be the third pile. So horns, hermits, and ironmongers. Okay. Discard. Womp womp. Yeah, this is the problem with getting the second hermit. I guess the other alternatives were, hey, you could have gotten a raise or something. Or a changeling. I guess. You get a hermit now. Or not. Buys a changeling. Really? I think hermit, trash curse, gain hermit, end turn. Just go to the brink, go to the edge. Trashes the curse, gains a hermit. These can also run. But I think they're 2 turns at least away from the game ending. This is probably hermit, gain, changeling, and turn into a madman. But it could also be, yeah, something like this, so that you get your changelings to turn into like catacombs. Well, seeing the Horn of Plenty, if you want them to turn into Horn of Plenties at all, I don't know. Moving the plan to catacombs, sure. Don't you want a changeling? Maybe not both of them. Okay, both of them. It's the fastest madman I've ever seen. Hakha really needs Horn of Plenty. I assume. Oh, he could remake into it. Maybe he should. Probably should. Has a bit of a problem in that it's going to be hard for him to come by actions from these ironmongers, given that he knows if he plays an ironmonger now, it's going to hit a copper. What he could do is remake ironmonger and hermit into ironmonger, and yeah, so he could also not discard here. What is this last card? It is an ironmonger. Yeah, so this is a bit clever. So he's going to remake ironmonger into Horn of Plenty. And what else? Copper hermit? I think copper makes the most sense. You play this and you draw this and you play your hermit and you gain a silver. I mean, you could play your mat. What? I'm confused. He didn't need to do this. If he's going to play the madman anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't think this is an offensive undo to Grant because he just gained both of these cards, so obviously they're the only 2 cards, so obviously he knows that's what they are, and he doesn't know what order they're in anymore, but okay, no, yeah, no, this makes sense, this makes sense. This does make sense, yeah? And he needs another Horn of Plenty, and he can changeling for either another Horn of Plenty or another Catacombs, and he can buy another changeling. I think Horn of Plenty is the thing to get here. You just want to have maximal potential Goes for catacombs. I don't like it. I think you want to be able to threaten a pile out if Wharf Rat plays in such a way that that's possible, which it's possible that Wharf Rat would do. Um, okay. Wharf Rat have a pile out here? If he gains 2 changelings and then plays catacombs, draws maybe both of the changelings, probably both of the changelings, then he can turn 3 changelings into cards he has in play. He can gain an iron. You can buy an ironmonger. And yes, I think he can pile but not win. He's not guaranteed to be able to pile, right? Obviously can trash. What did I miss there? Hermit, gain 2 of those. Buy 1. Turn. Somehow I didn't see what happened at that last turn. I'll have to go back and rewatch it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please leave comments, suggestions, etc. per normal.